Hello dears, the last lesson from Module 6 is Inequalities. At the end of the lesson, students will write, solve, and graph inequalities. Now, let's start first by recognizing together the meaning of an inequality. It's a mathematical sentence that compares it to quantities, and this is the most important thing. There is a comparison between two quantities. They could be the same, equal. One of the quantities could be more than or less than. We always, don't forget that we always start from left to right in comparing between quantities. Now, what are the symbols we are using? We can use these symbols, here, which is actually starting with more than, then we go to less than, more than or equal, less than or equal. And the inequality or the solutions for inequalities are actually cannot be one solution. It's not like an equation, and this is the second basic difference between them. Solution for equations, for especially linear equations, what we are talking now in grade 6 is actually one solution. Now, solutions for inequalities are actually a set of numbers. Okay? When I say greater than, for example, greater than 3, I'm looking for all of the numbers that are greater than 3. All of the real numbers that are greater than 3. 3.1 is actually greater than 3, etc. When I say less than, it's the same. Now, as you can see here, the table compares or shows the for comparing and the words that are helping you as keywords in the life problems to use or to compare or to use the inequality symbols, the correct inequality symbols. For example, when I say less than or fewer than, I'm talking about this symbol. When I say is greater than or more than, I'm talking about this symbol. Remember always, miss, this symbol is looking like Pac-Man that's opening its mouth to the greater value. So here we can say that when we say greater than, it means that Pac-Man is opening its mouth to the greater value or greater amount or quantity. Now, when I say less than or equal to, I actually add to the sign less than is actually this dashed line or this bar under it. Now when I say greater than or equal, I did the same to show that they could be equal. When I say less than or equal, is less than or equal to the value at most. So when I say 6 is less than or equal to 6, it means that the most value, the greatest value is number 6. And it's the same when I say greater than or equal to, a greater, it means it's a greater or equal to the least. It could be all of the values greater than the number or equal to the least. If I say x is greater than or equal to 9, it means that x is all of the values that are more than 9 or at least number 9. I'm sure, miss, when we understand it, when we explain it on the board, you will understand it more. Now, we use the same table, same strategy, same steps to write an inequality. First, I describe, looking for keywords that help me to describe the situation, and then after that, I will represent, the unknown quantity by variable. And at the all, I will translate what I have from words, keywords, and from, signs of inequalities, and then form together an inequality or write an inequality. Now let's try to do it. A person must be at least 18, to vote. Now, can a person that his age is 18 and 2 months vote? Yes, of course, because at least it's 18. Now, but can a person that is 17 and 9 months, for example, or 11 months vote? No, he can't or she can't. Why? Because actually it's less than, 18. So at least it's 18, and it could be any, any age above 18. Now, how can I represent it? Looking for the table, the last thing I will do it, that I will say that the age, which is it must be 18 or more. This is why I put equal sign. Can a person whose age is 18 years old vote? Yes, he can. Since he can vote, so I should put an equal sign under, the more than sign. So write an inequality to represent the age at which you can have a driver's license. Now, look here. Now, in some states, you must be at least 16. So if you are 15, you can't take a license. You can't. So if you are 16 and above, you can take. Looking for this and actually using the steps, the strategy we use to deal with, starting with the translation, there is at least, the word at least, then use a variable to represent, the unknown quantity from the inequality, then form it, it will be A is more than or equal to 16. Can the driver be, or who wants to be driver, be 100 years old?